Hi, hello everybody. As promised, gonna start talking to some of the team every step of the way, but for now, talking about prep. That's what we're focused on. So this is Steph Green, our director. Do you mind if I say Oscar and Emmy nominated?
I mean,
it's true. Those are
I
true
prefer
statements. Okay, great. All right, so she's awesome. One of my favorite teammates, my favorite teammate to work with. And can I ask you, what does prep mean to you? What are your priorities in prep? And since this is kind of a first AD thing, what do you rely on for your first AD to help you out with in this window?
Sometimes I try to explain prep. It depends how much people are familiar with this process, but sometimes I describe it as planning, in this case, 70 consecutive weddings.
Super calming phrasing. Thank you for that.
Because of the amount of detail that goes into every day of a film shoot. And if you think about planning a wedding, we're talking about all the stuff that has to arrive on the day, all the people that have to get there, and all the different all the different variables that one controls when they plan a big event. So each shoot day is this big event where we gather the actors, we tell the story, and in prep, my first AD is breaking everything down from that script into the macro picture, the big picture. Where are we filming? Who needs to be there? And what are we filming? What scene? And then breaking down every tiny micro need within that scene. So, what are the props in that scene? Do we have the right entrances and exits? What are our actors wearing? Tracking all this information, just an incredible amount of tracking and puzzle pieces, and then distributing that information to the crew and knowing who to talk to about each piece.
And can I jump in and say too, I feel like a big part of my job is what Steph is saying is kind of coming up with the questions. That's a big part of my job.
Absolutely.
To then go to her and other departments, but mostly her, to get the answers, to then be able to tell the crew what's up.
And some of the way you know you have a great AD is what they're asking you, and what they've already determined, what they still need information about. And they really remind you what you haven't thought about, because the AD is thinking so deeply about what needs to come to set to support your vision. So, if we're doing driving work, for example, do we need one car that the camera's in and we're getting dialogue inside the car like us right now? Do we need another camera position and maybe even another car while this one's rigged up this way, where we're just filming the car from afar, from a camera position, and we see the car drive by in a wide? So the AD says to me, do you need a double? Do you need two cars? One of maybe 250 questions Casey might ask me during a day of prep. And so
True.
You want to like this person, you want to think they're smart, and you want to feel that you're on the same team all the time, which luckily for me, I always feel.
Same. Safe arrival.
Thank
We did
you.
it. You're welcome. Thank you for talking, sharing your thoughts.
This is really the hot seat.
It really is.
The hot
I'll pay you later. Okay, great.
thanks.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, I'm expensive. Bye.
Nice. Never gets old.